Hello, my name's Christian Lee here for Earworm Digital. We're here with
Andrea Chahayed.
and Andrea. How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Doing good. A little hot. I went to SeaWorld yesterday. I got a little sunburn. I didn't notice
You
that.
went to SeaWorld?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sure it was really hot.
It was really hot. But outside of that, I mean, even today it's so hot. But luckily we're cool. We're inside a studio now. We're
Air
chilling.
conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we are here because we're talking about your music. First things first. I've noticed there's this.
Yeah.
Is this a cow? What is this? A red cow?
It's actually a bull. He's a bull, and his name is Snort.
Okay.
This is my childhood stuffed animal. He's a bit loved. Overly loved.
But, oh my! I didn't know there's like. Oh my god.
He's got stuffing coming out of him. He's got I put little bandages on him on his horn and band-aids. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is my stuffed animal Snort. I'm kind of like bringing him around with me as I like promote my next single, and he's gonna be a part of all the videos, and just kind of like representing something really important that I'm talking about in the song. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great segue, because let's talk about your next single right now.
Yes.
Like one that's coming out soon.
Yeah, actually this month. The end
this
of
month, okay.
Yeah, so June 28th.
Yeah. Until You Don't.
Yes, Until You Don't.
And so, believe it or not, because I'm an interviewer, you sent me an advance copy of it.
I did, yeah.
And so,
Sneak peek.
sneak peek. And so, I listened to it, and I think, safe to say, your more popular songs are a little bit like more dancey, a little bit more up tempo. But this one would be, I would say, like your most slowest one. It's just straight, bare bones acoustic. Right. And so, what inspired the sound for this one?
Well, something that really inspired it was I had been working out of a really nice studio like the past year. One of my close friends and collaborators, Jackson Rao, was gracious enough to let us come through and kind of work out of there. And they just have such amazing live instruments. And so we really wanted to take that opportunity to make a song that was entirely created live. So, yeah, and then Until You Don't was born. The McGee album dropped somewhere between that time, and that was a really huge inspiration.
Everyone loves Mickey.
Yeah, he's great. A lot of them saw him live recently.
Did you?
I was not able to go, unfortunately, but
seems like everyone I knew was like, the idea was like, oh,
yeah, but actually they're gonna go see him again. I think like
did you get tickets for this?
JD Swoon over here got some tickets.
Nice,
so,
that's big.
Yeah, so that was another kind of sonically an inspiration for that, and then Dijon as well, someone that we love to listen to, but also like Big Thief, love Big Thief, and Adrian Lanker.
Her new album.
Yeah, I've always like grown up being really attached to like more slow, like just kind of more emotional music. Like one album that really like shaped my ear was actually the soundtrack from Garden State.
Really? Garden State, huh?
Yeah. So like I grew up listening to like the Shins, 07, Frou Frou, which is one of my all-time favorite artists, and Imogen Heap. So I feel like those songs really shaped my sound, and I actually listened to the soundtrack before I ever even watched the movie, because my older siblings had it downloaded on the iPod.
That's cool.
So I would just listen to it in the car, and then I watched the movie one day randomly, and I was like, oh, this is all the music from the iPod. Like, this is it. Like, it's all from here. So, I thank Zach Braff for coming up with that playlist, and it's just been like such an amazing influence to me my whole life, that movie. So that a lot of songs from that soundtrack are part of that, influence for this song as well.
All right, 2 side notes real quick. First one, the McGee, his like when he does his concerts, the way he does it, where like the light just like shows so you can't see him, but it's still bright. That's crazy.
So creative. Yeah.
Very creative. And then the second one is, what do you like more, the movie itself or the soundtrack for Garden State? I feel like I know your answer, but
probably the soundtrack. It's a really cool movie. It's very indie, and like I haven't seen it like too many times. I've only seen it a handful of times, but yeah, the music definitely like stuck with me, and I made like a playlist on my Spotify called Songs I Wish I Wrote.
Yeah,
it pretty much has like every song from that soundtrack in there, and I did get one person that like messaged me, and they were like, do you like the movie Garden State? I can tell just by seeing your playlist. So I was like, oh, it's pretty obvious.
But then you also talked about someone that you've collaborated with, Jackson Rowe, and because when we originally wanted to do this interview, you invited me to do a show at, was it the Moroccan Lounge, right?
Yeah.
For the group that you're also in with him, Dearly Collective.
Yes. Yeah.
And so what's that about? Like, how did that form? And I know you dropped a few songs with them as well, and Swoon's also in it too. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more about that.
So, Dearly Collective was started at the top of the year. It was basically, it's a collaboration between me, Swoon, Jackson Rao, and Jello. And, every one of them are just amazing artists and producers that I collaborate very closely with. And, we felt like we had a lot of, like, we were just feeling a little bit stuck and, like, wanting to just support each other. And I feel like we created this collective to just really push each other to do something more, like, in touch with, like, our community and, like, really just creating, like, circles of just friends and people that we love and just, like, supporting each other. That's really what it was all about. So we all kind of came together, and kind of the start of this collective, we went on this trip, which we called The Session, and Swoon and Jackson kind of came up with these rules, and basically they were just to kind of get us out of our own way in terms of, like, overthinking stuff, and we just wanted to see, like, how much we can make, how quickly we can make something, and just pretty much get out of our own way. So we went to Big Bear, and we stayed in a cabin for 5 days, technically 6 with, like, if you include, like, arrival time and departure. But so we went there with the goal of making 3 songs from start to finish. And then once those songs are done, you have to release them 2 weeks from the date you finished. So that was really, really scary, because going up there, we were like, I'm putting out a song in 2 weeks, and I have no idea what it sounds like. And there was all these, like, other really cool rules, like you had to take a disposable camera. Everybody had a disposable camera with, like, their names on it, and we all took pictures there, and we had to finish the roll while we were up there. And we chose the cover art for each of the songs from these pictures.
Okay.
And then, no social media, no texting while working on music. Pretty much just stuff like that. We all had to stay in the same, like, we couldn't, like, come and go. I had done an EP retreat before in Big Bear, and people were kind of, like, coming and going, and we just wanted to stay really focused, like, and just get this done. And we actually ended up doing 4 songs. We kind of went above and beyond. Those all came out, I think, March or April. And we did a rollout for them in, like, under 2 weeks. It was wild, but we came out with music that I could not have expected to come out any better than it did. So, and then we had the show to kind of celebrate and perform everything, and that was really cool. We wanted to do something different, so we did not use any house lights. We brought all lamps, like, from the studio. We brought this couch. Cool. We kind of made it look like a living room. This table came with us too. And we had our friend Brian Gutierrez, who's someone that we collaborate closely with. Like, he's filmed all of my, like, Belong content videos, and he's done music videos for, like, I think almost all of us in the collective. He was, like, controlling the lamps on his end, and, like, dimming them, turning them on and off to the music. So that all came together really well, and I'm just so lucky that I get to work with such talented people. So that's kind of like the gist, the long-winded gist of this collective. But it's super cool. Dearly Collective. We have a lot of cool stuff coming out. So
that's cool. I was going to say, I'm like, was this the start, or? Yeah,
this is just the start of it. Yeah, like this is kind of like our first sort of project together. We're hoping to do another trip eventually, like, before the end of the year.
Big Bear again, or somewhere new?
Probably somewhere new. I would hope. Yeah, Big Bear is cool. It's just really, really cold. But I think, like, where you go really kind of inspires the sound a little bit.
The environment.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was very cozy, warm vibes. We had a fireplace going, and, like, it was great. And we had a documentary. Josh Cardenas, he filmed it for a documentary. So he came and got tons of footage. And yeah, I think a documentary or short film is in the works on like that whole process. So you can look out for that eventually. I have no idea when the release date will be, but that is in the works. Yeah, so I'm really excited about everything we have coming. Now we're kind of just all focusing on our individual projects for now.
And you've been making music for a few years now, but I heard basically since you were young, you've been writing, making music, but like you didn't like put it out to the public until like just more like recently, right?
Right, exactly. I think I started putting out music in 2020. And technically before I did feature on some of Swoon's music.
Yeah.
But then, before that, I was just kind of like performing like at school, at like local places in my area. I had always been really interested in songwriting, but I kind of never thought that I had a shot at being like a singer or an artist. I've always been more interested in like songwriting. And then eventually, like, I met Swoon, and then he was like, you have a great voice. Like, you should try pursuing, singing and songwriting, like, all together and, give it a shot at being an artist. So he kind of, like, convinced me to like, drop out of college and, like, give it a shot. And my parents were really, like, scared of that idea, But I was like, I promise, like, school will always be there, but I just want to take this chance to really see if I can make this happen. And yeah, I put out Tenant in 2020 and
Rest is history.
Rest is history. Yeah, exactly.
And so you talked about Garden State too, but is there any other singers or just like anything in general that influences your music or inspired you to become a singer-songwriter?
Yeah, so growing up when I was in like high school, I was really inspired by Skylar Grey because she was kind of known as like, she had written all these incredibly like hit songs, and then like she had her own music and just such a great singer all around. I saw her live a couple times. So I kind of saw her career and I was like, that's the blueprint. Like I want to do that. Like I want to be a songwriter or a ghostwriter, and if I can also make music on the side, like that'd be great. But then I started kind of liking the idea more of just like writing for myself and just like continuing to be an artist. But then I've also been really inspired by Imogen Heap, huge influence to me. That song Let Go is probably like my favorite song in the world. And then I've also lately have been inspired by artists like Caroline Polachek. I love Rosalia, Bjork. Just I don't know, just really inspiring female artists that I just want to follow in the footsteps of, for sure.
That's cool. And even before we started the interview, we've been talking for quite a bit. You and I, we've been yapping. Yeah. But I was wondering though, do you think we could take some next step? Because we've been pretty friendly. Do you think we could be friends?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's be friends.
Put it there. Hey. All right. One thing I love to do for my friends is give them gifts. So I have some gifts for you too. But first off, well, because giving gifts is like, giving, receiving is my love language and everything. But before that too, now that we're friends, like, let me ask you some more questions maybe that like, maybe friends would know or like, just to get you better a little bit too.
Okay.
And so the first one, because, you've been, you wanted to be a singer-songwriter, but I heard before that you wanted to be like more like maybe like a composer, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I actually, so in high school, I was in film class all 4 years, actually. And, I composed, I think, like 2 songs for student films. And I was really into it.
One was about, like, the country Nepal, right?
Nepal, yeah. So that was really cool. My film class in senior year, a couple students went to Nepal. And they did a documentary over there. And then they came back and they asked me to compose the music for that documentary. So I was like, I'm down. So, yeah. And I've always been inspired by composers as well. Like Joe Hisaishi, who's the composer of all of like Studio Ghibli films, is like one of my all-time favorites. I saw him live too.
So good.
It changed my life. Like, for real. I need to see him live again. But and video game music has always been another huge influence to me. So yeah, that's always been a little dream, and it's still kind of
It still could happen.
kind
Still
of
could happen.
there. Yeah, I would love to compose something for like a video game or a film one day, or like an animation. Yeah, I'm just a huge animation nerd as well. So yeah, I did want to be a composer before. That's crazy that you know it.
That's funny. Well, anyways, I have some gifts for you, and it's funny that you mentioned this person too, because first one I have for you is Kiki's delivery service.
No.
Yeah.
This is so cute, and this is like the art from
I
the
know.
storyboards. This is so cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate this. It's so thoughtful. Oh, I'm gonna cry. This is so cute. Oh my god. Wow. I love this so much. This is going up on my wall. Thank you so much. Wow. Jenny, look. So crazy. Wow. Yeah, I'm like, and actually, it's crazy that you got me this one because it's my favorite. This
That is crazy.
movie is my comfort movie. The music, chef's kiss. Like, it's just, like, anytime there's like a sunny day and I'm like feeling in a good mood, I just put on this soundtrack and it just gets me, it just makes me feel so happy and warm and like cozy.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to listen to this. Thank you.
I think that's why like it's been kind of divisive because like this one, like all the Ghibli movies, are like a lot of stakes, but this one's kind of like slice of life, you know.
It is, yeah, and it's so relatable.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, she's just trying to figure out like what her purpose is in life, and it's like we all are doing that. And she's been a huge inspiration to me as a character as well. So, Kiki, I love you. Thank you so much. This is like amazing.
And I have one last one for you. I probably should have saved. I should probably save the Kiki's one for last. But I have another one's like, animation, and so I wanted to give you another one. It's a small one, just like Pinocchio.
Oh my god! Okay, this is so funny. So, this is so cute. Okay, last year I got a cat for the first time. My dad found a cat just like wandering the streets, and I grew up having dogs, so that was like kind of a jarring thing to like have a cat in our house now. And when we were trying to figure out what name to give her, we were like, let's do the cat from Pinocchio, Figaro. So we actually named our cat after this exact kitty, Figaro. We call her Figgy. But yeah, this is wild. I love Disney. I love Pinocchio specifically. But I actually am a huge Disney fanatic and Disneyland fanatic as well. We're gonna go for my birthday this year. So.
Oh, hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, but the ride. Have you ever been on the Pinocchio ride?
Of course, yeah, that's
It's
nice.
kind of creepy.
A little
it's
bit,
kinda
a little bit.
dark. I feel like every time I go on it, I'm like, oh, like I think you go to like hell at the end or something, and it's like, damn, Disney, like you did that. But this is so sweet. You really didn't have to do this. This is like I could not have. Oh my god, I have no words. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, and then a last question for you is because you talked about you did do a show at the Moroccan Lounge a few
Yes.
weeks ago, and you've been on like mini tours. You've been like done a few shows before in the past as well.
Yeah.
But have you ever done a festival before?
No, but that's the goal for me. That is like the next like tier. And I do have a couple shows coming up at the end of this year. I have booked. I'm playing at the Moroccan Lounge again.
Yeah.
But it'll be like my first headline show.
That's sick.
So that's going to be October 6th. And then I'm also going to be playing in New York. And that's going to be my first time playing outside of
That's cool. Out
the
of
state.
yeah.
So that is at the Mercury Lounge, and that's going to be October 20th. So, official, unofficial announcement. I'm going to announce it like in a little bit, but yeah, you heard it first here.
All right. You said that you never performed at the festival before, but are you sure about that? What about the West Hills Arts and Crafts Festival? Do you remember performing at that one?
Oh my god, I barely remember this. Wait, is this at like the park or something? It was at like a park?
It's the one you did with your sister.
I did do that with my sister. Oh my god, I was performing like covers at that time, and yeah, I think back then when I performed, I would perform a lot with Julie, and I think I had like one or two songs I had written, and I was so nervous. Like I had just learned guitar, and like I was playing guitar and singing, which is like still really hard for me. I'm trying to get better at that.
You
But
will.
But yeah, that I think somewhere in the ether of YouTube, there's like a YouTube video of me performing there. I completely forgot about that.
And last but not least, because you said you started, putting out music around 2020, even a little bit earlier with, Swoon and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm going to play you a song.
Oh my god.
I'll see if you remember this too.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's with Jacob Young.
Yeah, that was in 2015.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was that long ago?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, Jacob Young is a good friend of mine. I've known him since I was in high school, and he was kind of someone that I looked up to because he's just an amazing rapper, and he's a great artist as well. Like, now I'm pretty sure he's also like learning 3D art. Like,
Insane.
He's such a cool guy, and yeah, he's always just believed in me and Julie, like ever since we were young, and he's just had us on his music, and such a cool guy. Yeah, you guys should go listen to his music, Jacob Young. He's really talented. But yeah, that song I can't believe it was 2015.
Almost 10 years, huh?
Don't remind me. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I mean, I honestly, it puts into perspective how long I've actually been doing this. Like, I'm like, whoa, I guess it's been a minute. So
You've been on the grind.
yeah, and I think this is my first interview I've done like with a stranger. Well, now a friend.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, it's super cool. That's crazy that you found that.
Okay, well, that's everything I have for you. But before we turn off the camera, though, is there anything else you want to plug? You did plug your shows.
Yes.
You have a new single coming out later this month. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or anything you want to, just talk about some more?
Yeah, I mean, as a collective, Dearly Collective is dropping a lot of really, really cool music. Each of the artists, again, Swoon, Jello, Jackson Rao, and I, we all have songs coming out pretty much the next few months. So look out for those. I'm dropping my next single June 28th. June 28th.
End of the month.
It's called Until You Don't. And yeah, so look out for that. I'm going to be dropping 2 more after that. I think 1 every 5 weeks. So they're all kind of going to be like a trio. So they're going to be a little bit similar in terms of like sound, but also very different in terms of what they're about. I'm very, very excited to put these 3 songs out. So yeah, look out, June 28th. Until You Don't, coming your way. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. That's a wrap.
Yay. We did it. Dude, this is so crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, you don't know how like special this is. It's one on my wall. Like, these are my 2 like.
See a successful like band, and then like just the lead singer's like bald, Because honestly, I feel like, dude, for like I think most entertainment, if you're bald, it's harder to like get big.
Your job is like.
I never thought about that.
That's very true. Yeah.
No, yeah, because like when you're performing everything, like it's still like kind of looks based.
But some people like they really sell it,
Yeah, and he looks good. He looks good bald, so.
I didn't realize he was bald. Was he always bald?
No, but like
He became bald.
when like they became prolific when he was bald. So it's funny.
All right, take one.